Okay, so now I'm ready to start working in my new colour, which is this burnt orange colour. And I need to do the last yarn over of this stitch, of this final group in this colour here. So what I'm actually going to do is take out this last stitch. And I'm going to lay this yarn across the bottom of my work. So I've got my yarn tail here, and this is the back of my work. So this is the wrong side. I'm going to lay it across, and I'm actually just going to crochet that last stitch again, but over the top of that yarn. So I'm actually just going to go right over the top of it. And then when I come to work my last yarn over in this colour, which I need to do to change colour, the yarn is actually trapped in the back there and it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm now ready to start working across my row. So I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to hold this to the back of my work. This is the front of my work because you've got the right side of the stitches in row 1 facing you. So I'm now just going to work my sometimes you get that little floated yarn caught in your hook, so just keep pulling it away to the back, and I'm just going to work the remainder of my row, trapping that previous colour to the back of my work. Okay, so I'm on the last group and I've got 1 stitch remaining to work, and I'm going to be changing back to my pink yarn, and as you can see on the back I've been floating that pink yarn across the back. What you do need to do is just to pull it a little bit, just to make sure that that yarn float is tight and it's not sort of sagging down and becoming visible between the gaps. So just make sure that's nice and tight. Now I'm going to work my last stitch, but what I'm going to do is if I work my last stitch and then I work my last yarn over in the pink, sometimes what you can see is that the pink sort of sticks out at the side of the work. So what I like to do, and it's not essential, but what I like to do is when I'm working the last stitch, I like to drop the colour I'm about to pick up. I like to drop it to the back and not to crochet over it for that last stitch. So I'm going to work the last stitch, and as you can see I'm not going over that pink yarn. And so the pink yarn is now coming from sort of like almost the middle of the group, and I'm now going to bring it up and use it to do that last yarn over. So as you can see, it's sort of coming up through the back of the group rather than coming up the side of the group. So now I am ready to continue working in the pink yarn. I don't need this yarn anymore for this row, so I'm going to drop that to the back of my work. I'm not going to carry it across, and I'm going to continue in the pink yarn for the remainder of my row.